Welcome back to another episode of
Welcome.
yours truly, Trisha.
Ours truly, Emil.
So today we are talking about our lives before social media.
Ooh,
Can you remember that?
I could.
Blah, 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 blah?
I could totally remember that.
Okay. Well,
Thank you.
let's talk about our childhood and how it was without social media. Obviously, our kids have grown up with social media, and especially for me, it's my job, so it's very much a part of their lives. And I mean, there's other things that we can get into when it comes to that, and obviously like safety and security with the kids, and also just the amount of sharing we do. A lot of people think I share a lot, but there is a lot of things that I actually keep very, very private, and not everything is shared on social media, to be quite
I
honest.
want to try to share the outtakes of stuff, and I think you've been pushing me for that. But every time I try to
Yes.
post something, you're like, "No, thank you. Don't post that."
Okay. Well,
So-
let's just talk about our childhood before social media and how it was different and like what we used to do.
We used to go on dates to movies and
We
go to the
still
mall.
go on dates.
No, we don't. We don't go to movies.
No, but you know what we did do? And actually today, or recently, we introduced Harper to a disposable camera. And she went on
Right.
her first overnight school trip.
She could not get.
And we brought
she-
her, we gave her a disposable camera, which is something we used quite often before social media.
But you couldn't get the concept of taking the film to a store.
She doesn't get it.
And
She's
then
like, you
getting
plug
it.
in the phone. She was trying to explain. No, she's like, you plug in the camera into a computer and you download the images. And we're like, no, you actually have to get the film developed. And she's like, what?
It was, yeah, it's kind of funny when you try to tell young people about what we used to do in the past, and they're so like confused, like, what do you mean? How does that even work? So yeah.
And that's, another thing. And actually our kids are really good at Harper specifically. She's still, even with social media, she's very much a reader. And I would say that before social media, I used to read way more. I used to write a lot more.
I never read before
But you-
social media, and even post. I don't.
Okay. But we did a lot of socializing in person, but versus digitally or online.
Yeah. I think
I think we're still great at meeting people in person. Maybe more you than me.
clearly.
People
That's
don't
what I
believe me.
hear.
I'm actually more of a private, introverted person. Would you agree? Not really.
Perhaps.
True.
No,
or false?
she is. Yeah, it's weird. I
Why
always
is it weird?
because you're really social.
Okay.
No, but seriously, like, yes, like you look at her and her page and you think, oh my God, she's gonna be so social and whatever, and then when you meet her, she's not very social.
I'm
And
social,
she's
just
just
not
like-
as like
She's
outgoing, I guess. And I'm a very quiet talker.
you're outgoing with
People I know I
your
get
friends.
comfortable with. It takes me. I have a very small circle of friends too.
you really take Drake's no new friends to the next level too.
Okay.
I mean,
I think if we go back to the topic of like life before social media, I think also there was just a lot less comparison, a lot less imposter syndrome. Not that you suffer from that, but like for me, I admit I do suffer from imposter syndrome. I also,
what's imposter syndrome?
it's, you when you think I guess you fail to believe that you are someone that you really are, or you think like you're not good enough, or I think it also comes in hand in hand with like comparing, which I was just saying, that you think that you're not doing enough, or maybe
Just
I'm
so
really
you're saying
not.
that the self-doubt is
Yeah,
is
it
higher
becomes-
now than it was before.
Yes, and also comparison happens a lot more, and which is sad because
Yeah, I mean,
in real, like before social media, it was more or less like you just kind of just went with it, and that was it.
yeah, no, I tend to agree. I think there's a lot more to see now, in compared to.
Yes,
Because
and
it was always like whatever you saw in front of you, you can like that's your comparison. But now it's like worldwide, and you're looking at people all over.
I think another thing that has changed in a sad way is that people are a lot more impatient than before, because now we're just kind of, you want everything so instant and quickly, and a page takes forever to download, you're stressed out about it, whereas before we didn't have that feeling. We just kind of,
Anxiety levels
know-
are definitely higher now because of the aspect of technology that has it made everything faster. And social media is everything's at the tip, at the tip of your fingers, basically, right? So
Yeah, which
if you
also
can't get it, then it's just like, what is happening? So you know, there's issues in that sense, and the anxiety levels run high.
and also I think just the I also think the level of or the way we research things has changed, obviously, because now we just Google something and you
Okay.
find the answer.
I used to.
And you used to go to the library or you used to read books.
My parents bought like encyclopedias, and we had like a library of encyclopedias back in the day. But I feel like it was like a pyramid scheme, and somebody like sold it to us, and like every family I knew had these encyclopedias, and who knew that like if they were actually like real facts,
Sure.
right? But I used to write new like papers on these encyclopedias, and I believed that was fact, that was true, which was kind of just weird because it was like there's nothing to like really back it up.
Kind of like Google.
Kind of like Google. Well, I mean, sure.
Another thing I should point out before social media. Another thing I should point out before social media is communication was very different, obviously, because now people are very quick to text and message. But I have to say, I enjoy talking to people. I still call people.
Yeah.
I'm one of the few people that I call people often.
I hate talking on the phone. I hate it.
But that before we used to talk for hours.
We used to talk for hours. But that was...
I still call
different.
people. I think it's so important to connect. And I think it makes such a difference when you have a conversation.
But when
live.
you call me and you never say bye.
Okay.
That's exactly it.
Okay, let's just talk about one last thing that we miss in our childhood or pre-social media. What's one thing you really miss before social media?
Before social media?
I just feel like we weren't attached to our phone as much. I think like the second I got on my phone, I'm really just checking like Instagram or TikTok. So before I never did that.
Yeah. I think there was. I didn't have to hold something, but I feel like now my phone has to be in my hand at all times, or I'm always checking for my phone. Before my wallet, before anything, it's always my phone first, right? And instantly it's something with social media that pops up. It's not that I'm trying to call somebody. It's either my WhatsApp, it's either my Instagram, it's either my Facebook. I know most, but yeah, that's what it is. But it's social media, right? And and a lot of the news I get from social media, which is, which is amazing. But at the same time, it's everything's at your fingertips. You know what's happening on the other side of the world because of social media. Mm-hmm. And before we were only sheltered to what we saw with our local news, right? And so it's just, I don't know. It's good and it's bad, right? But
I think just one last point here, just when it comes to having kids, I think it's being able to obviously embrace that social media is part of life, but manage it in a controlled way, so that it just doesn't take over their lives. And I think we're doing the best we can. Even though it is part of my job and my livelihood, we are doing, I think, such a great job with managing our kids with their social media
and screen time.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Really come down on it.
And with that,
you know what's funny is that I feel like back in the day I used to watch TV all the time.
I never really watched a lot of TV.
And I think I watched way more TV than my kids were watching TV. Okay. But
we're talking about social media here.
Yeah, but like the social media, but I wasn't watching YouTube. I was watching these cartoons or like TV shows, right? It was set with commercials. Like, it's funny because the kids now, like, they lose their mind when commercials come on. It's like, what is this?
Not true. They love it.
Because
they don't get to watch commercials. Anyways, way off topic.
Never mind.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.